All right, everybody, I got a new figure in, so let's take a look. All right, well, here's the figure out of the packaging, but first let's take a look at some of the accessories. So he comes with his two pistols, which I don't know what these are called, so that's not good. But they are pretty cool, and they don't really have any paint on them, and they're kind of just gray, but they get the job done. We've got his helmet here, which is separate, and you plug it in, which, whoa, that's kind of interesting. It's like translucent under there. Okay, so it even has the little dent that he has at some point in the movie. And then you got a movable rangefinder here, so you can do all that. And yeah, I think the silver is pretty good, and the shape looks pretty good as well. So yeah, I don't have the original Jango Fett, but I do have a figure that has that body, so we can take a look at that and compare them. But he also has his jetpack. He doesn't come with two jetpacks, because he does have two in the movie, I think. Unless that's just on the Hot Toys figure, but... So the jetpack just goes on there pretty good. It doesn't come with any, like, blast effects or anything, but I don't think they usually do that on these figures. They're also a little articulated in there, but I'm not sure what that would even be for, because there's no, like, blast effects. You can't, like, angle it. I guess you could put one in, so, yeah. I mean, let me try that. All right, so I think this is an Iron Man repulsor blast thing. It's kind of big, but, you know, like, stuff ports in there, so yeah, that can work, and then you can kind of angle it just however you want, so that's cool. But yeah, so it looks pretty dang good. He does have two trigger finger hands, but he has no swap out hands, because most Black Series figures don't have that, which is kind of annoying, but, probably going to use both guns anyways. At least they actually gave him two trigger fingers and not like one that's not like they do on a lot of clones, which can be kind of weird. So now, let's get into the details. All right, so I think this head sculpt is pretty great. Here it is compared to another Tamir Morrison. So yeah, I mean, I think they look pretty good. They seem to do pretty good on Tamira, but I do really like this sculpt. The helmet just goes on there and it looks pretty good. I really like the shape of that. It doesn't have any warping or anything like different Bobas have had. I'm happy with the amount of silver. It's a lot better than some of their old Mandos, which I only have a older version where it's just basically gray. So this is a lot more silver, which looks better. It's not like chrome or anything, but it's pretty nice. Here's one of the older Mando figures compared to him. Honestly, this isn't as like gray as I thought. What I was thinking of was the jetpack, which is just straight up gray. Dang, that is dusty. So yeah, it's actually not really like a crazy big difference in the silver. They're pretty similar. So maybe this could be more silver. I'm not sure how the newer Mandos actually look compared to this one, but yeah, I don't know. He's got all his pouches there. Who knows what's in there? And the holsters, and then these knee pads have like a little ring around so that, you know, you can get them in some kind of like a kneeling pose and it doesn't mess up the knee pad. You can just move it so that it's in front. Some figures, the knee pad's like connected up here, so when you turn it, it just like looks stupid. So anyway, that's good. I don't know if that was ever an issue on like Mando figures, but it is on some clones. So yeah, we got yeah, I really like the proportions too. It's quite great. So let's compare it to the old Jango body. All right, so here's the new Jango body next to the old one. I only have this holiday figure. It's the only figure I have of this mold, but I think they made like quite a few figures with this mold. I mean, this one had the double jointed knees, but it has pins. I'm not sure if you get more range. We'll check that out later. But yeah, so I would say, I mean, the helmet, yeah, the new helmet's probably a lot better. And yeah, just overall the proportions and everything just look more natural. I actually think that figure might be a slightly different sculpt, but it's basically the same underlying body. All right, well, let's go over articulation. So for the head, you got about that much up, and you get some good down there with the, like, you know, joint in the neck and in the head, which is pretty nice. It's a little loose on mine, but that's probably just on my copy. I do have a second one, but yeah, I'm not sure if it has the same issue, but this is a gift, so I didn't get two of the same figure. I'm not a crazy person. Anyway, just kidding. So, and then of course the rangefinder moves down as well. So for the arms, you have this overlay on here, which is like, yeah, just kind of like a bit of a softer plastic overlay for the vest and stuff. So yeah, it kind of gets in the way of the arm, but not really. I mean, you can still get like 90 there, which bring the arm up pretty well. The overlay kind of makes it, you can't really get in at all. There's no like butterfly. Oh, actually, there is a butterfly joint in there as well that I did not notice. That's cool, but it doesn't really get you much. I mean, you can kind of bring it over. Not really though. Okay, so swivel up here at this piece, and there's a swivel down here. Single bend elbow, not the greatest. It's basically like 90 degrees, but you got like the ball joint at the wrist, which is pretty cool. Crunches forward, not really much. Back is not great either, but, and then you can do some like hula hoop action. But yeah, so we can kick forward that far, which is not bad. You can go out fairly well. That's okay. And then You got, you kind of swivel it up there. And then you got a single bend knee, which only goes about 90. Not the greatest, but yeah, you could probably basically do the poses you want to do. Pivot there goes up, down, pretty far. So yeah, the ankle pivot's pretty good. It kind of goes at an angle, but oh no, it's good. Yeah, so you got ankle pivot there. So that's basically it for the articulation. All right, so he stands right about 6 inches tall to the top of the dome there, 6 3/8 to the top of the rangefinder. And here he is next to the Holiday Mando again. So here he is next to Phase 2 Captain Rex, and he looks pretty good. They're basically the same height, which I guess would make sense. All right, so I don't have any other Attack of the Clones figures, funnily enough, but here he is next to like the 2003 Clone Wars Mace Windu, and then this is like the Ahsoka Anakin that came in a 2-pack with this Rex that just came out recently. So here he is next to Boba Fett. This is the Return of the Jedi version, which also kind of has like an overlay piece for the vest thingy, but yeah. And here he is next to the Hot Toys Jango Fett. I thought it would just be kind of funny to compare them, but yeah, so pretty cool. All right, so wrapping up on the new Black Series Jango Fett, I am pretty dang happy with this figure. It has a great body, although the articulation isn't like incredible, but it's kind of just typical of Black Series. They're not usually like the most insanely articulated, so I think you can get done what you want to get done with it. Yeah, I mean, I basically give this figure like a 9 out of 10. There's not much glaring issues that I can think of. Pretty happy with how the silver looks, and he's got the jetpack. I mean, you can always ask for more accessories, and the head sculpt as well is pretty dang good. So, pretty great release. I also recently got this Anakin figure, and he has like freakishly long arms. I never realized on this figure. Like, that's super strange, so just thought I'd mention that for no reason at all. We also, as far as what could be coming up on the channel, I got the LPZZ Deathstroke, which is like an incredible figure. Like, this is like probably my best 12 scale figure. Very, very happy with that. And we also got the Maximum Deadpool, which is pretty nice. I mean, it's overpriced, but I do think it's a pretty cool figure for, well, I was going to say for what it is, but it's like expensive, so can't really say that. But yeah, and then I also got like the Hot Toys General Grievous coming. And I have a Apex Time Chaos Ultra display case that will be coming in as well. So maybe I'll do different videos on that stuff. So yeah, that's basically it for this. I'll see you guys later.